Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode we started the trial. It's a new recording day, so I had to kind of refamiliarize myself with all the evidence. I think I'm good to go. And now we're gonna hear from Edgeworth's next witness. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, that's right. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Right. Heh. Gotcha. I wonder what happened to that calm composure you had earlier. Oh, Wedgie boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet? It was the Wicked Witch, the witness stand. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime. Oh God. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know. Please don't add your own, right. Please don't shoot the judge either. Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps. Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind it all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. You mean you were a fan of the victim? Look, everyone is crazy over that in guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida. Those two were the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Oh, God. Her face changed quite a bit. What you witnessed. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out. You know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was in guard, Matt in guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. So Mr. Ingard came out from the victim's room. See, it has to be him. He's the murderer. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Oh, boy. Alright, let's just start pressing. Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help, I'll have you know. It was for that level-headed samurai show. Heh, I even took out a few of the nails. Oh my God. Maybe it was a good thing that show didn't go on. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door? I'm gonna regret this. Something you were interested in? And just what was that? Why? Phoenix. Okay, I have only myself to blame. It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy Poo, of course. Mr. Edgeworth, what was this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? Oh, it's about... Okay, I know what that's about. But it should prove relevant. But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later. It looks like we should enforce it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Oh, then you would tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am. Oh, this is okay. Hey, yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone correct. Who in the world was that? Well, that's the next statement. I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man who came out from Juan's room, he was. Yes, he was. I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right about now. Well, I guess I can tell you since you're such a bad boy anyway. That's what I thought. That last exchange confused me to no end. You saw my client. Are you sure about that? Yesy. Really? Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. I get the sense of deja vu. Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. The person's face, what the person was carrying, or the person's clothes. Oh! Hold on, I have to go back to the evidence, sorry. Would the clothes help me out? Clothes could help me out. So I'm between... Oh, wait, no, the guitar wasn't there to begin with. I'm missing the camera, too. Photo... What was this? Oh, that was just the map. What was... I think I'm gonna go close because I don't... Outside of that, maybe the camera. I don't really have anything else to go off of. Hopefully if this is wrong, I get to like go around again. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters. But it does. Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing. Oh, the racing jacket. He was wearing that at the detention center too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Right. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Yes. It was very important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. What? Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please. Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He's wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show. Press that. Are you sure the defendant was wearing his racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. Okay. She is so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. It's bad for us, really. No, it isn't. But that's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? Because you're not the one who has to question her. Yeah, can I go back to that statement? We're back to the beginning. Hold on. It was in guard. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket, but Right? Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Do you know what this is? Ah, it's a button. It's button number 2 on the Jammin' Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. I was gonna go with the fact that she knew that it was button number 2, but you know. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. What? Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Engard's body during a full body search. See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal Engard. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants. See? And Engard is the nickel samurai. Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, Phoenix. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Engard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. That's what you just did. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe you'd think I was, but instead I have to put on this ridiculous looking outfit. You'd agree this outfit is hideous, right? I got tape record stuck to my chest. It's heavy, so heavy. I wish I would have switched to CDs years ago. Dream alive for all those kids out there. I worked hard with a smile on my face. Don't you understand? Now take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are about as interesting as a documentary on curling. You should take a tip from Reggie Poo. Now he's got style, right? I think I did okay of keeping up there. Whew. Okay. Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Engard the man, but Mr. Engard the Nickel Samurai. But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Ajipu, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. All right, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Engard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn the Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. Wait a second. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. I mean, come on. Come on now. You and I, we've been through this before. Come on. But the possibility does exist. Ah, youngins, today I told you there's no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so, and what I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. If you must. Okay. This is probably pointless. Would you please get on with your testimony? Phoenix, we're the ones interrupting. Come on. Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is it that take with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs, so please, God, no. What? A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He is the Nickel Samurai. She's actually singing. Someone help my poor ears. Mr. Edgeworth, could you please do something about this infernal racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and just stick to the facts. Okay, you promise, right? Right, I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date. I deserve that. I'm gonna send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum. It was the Nickel Samurai, so not Matt Ingard in his racing jacket. That's weird. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago. And let me ask you this, when you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I, wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of a public court. So what? See? And look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. It can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? I mean, that was probably the first trial in the first game. So if we're being completely honest. All that matters is the man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? No? Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. Explain. And why would that be? That way no one could see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see, right? In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more. You're such an annoying child, you know that. You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. Had to go to the post-ceremony stage show right after the crime. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. And that included the Jammin' Ninja. Of course it included him. That's why when Engard came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought. I see. Well, anyway. He must have worn the Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai. As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. I'll have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. Alright, so I need to present something. What do we have? Let's see, we've got the bloody button, which we've already used. Here's the victim's blood and its fingerprints in the grip. Gatewater is engraved. Strangled with a scarf and stabbed with a knife. But it doesn't say which one actually killed him. Okay, so there's that. Found next to the victim, it's filled with tomato juice, bears Andrew's fingerprints. Empty, there is some water, but only on the top of the lid. Bears Karita's fingerprints, which, alright, makes sense. Alright, what does this tell me? This tells me nothing. Right now. Okay. Alright, I don't think that has anything to do with where we're going. Stolen camera, I don't think matters. No. Seems like the Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony show. I could present this when she talks about it. I don't... Because it didn't seem like he knew about it. Yeah, I feel like that costume would stand out big time. present a person? Detective. Karma. Edgeworth not gonna help. Will. I don't know. The victim, a young star who played the Jammin' Ninja, was on bad terms with Engard. My client, a hotshot star who plays the Nickel Samurai, is rivals with the Jammin' Ninja. And then you. Engard's manager, an intelligent woman who seems to have it all together. Alright. I don't think it's a person. I feel like something about her saying he stabbed Juan. Something about that didn't sit right. Let's go back to that statement, just see if anything jumps out. Remember the Nickel Samurai? That's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. All right, let's go back to his costume. I'm actually wondering, would it have been? Well, I mean, he has a samurai in that outfit, so I'm assuming. My thought was like maybe his movements would be restricted, and so like it wouldn't be convenient. Like he'd have been better off committing the murder than going back and changing just because of how cumbersome it is. But if he's like doing stunts and stuff in it, then that's probably not the case. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but his costume has gloves. And didn't this Engard's fingerprints? Well, but that could have been there from dinner. Cause that was like his steak knife. Maybe we already used the knife too. Can I? All right, let's take a look at this. Would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. I feel like that's not true either, just simply because he would have stood out. Like, I don't think it would have been convenient. That's not to say he couldn't have, or that he wouldn't have. I keep looking at this, and I know it's nothing. This definitely doesn't help me out here. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime. That is true. There's not really anything we have to argue there. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. It might just be like the phrasing. But it makes me want to present the knife, but I don't know. So he was wearing the costume when he stabbed him. I feel like there's not really any reason, because I was like, aha, the fingerprints. But if that was, because there was a knife missing from his plate. Or from a plate. Oh, I wish I could see that image again. It's been a week, so I'm like trying to conjure it up in my head. Of was it necessarily his plate? Bears the victim's blood and Engard's fingerprints. I'm also wondering, would they have come if he was wearing gloves? Would they have his fingerprints have like come off. I feel like there's something there, but there's that other. All right, let's go. Don't need to. Mia, you are not helping. I don't know. It might even actually be. This happens to me quite a bit, where someone's like, "Oh, it's easy." Like that just makes things worse. Remember the Nickel Samurai. That's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. I feel like that's a lie. Or is it? I'm wondering, did Engard leave the room and someone wearing the Nickel Samurai costume leave the room? And that's why she's confused. It's a Nickel Samurai that I saw. Would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. I want to, like, that's a statement I want to attack with something. And that I want to attack with something. The thing... This doesn't work. I don't know what I'm going to do. Please take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving? If Mr. Erngard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife, but that's where I was going. I don't know if that's true, though. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on... Ah, okay. Yeah. That's true, yeah. If he were using... I didn't even think about that. That's probably where I messed up on this, is I didn't consider the fact that he would have wiped the fingerprints off the knife and used his, like, mechanical nickel arm to his advantage. And the other hand is gloved, whether he's left or... It looks like he's left-handed, maybe? Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. Why would he do that? And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At the time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? It's bunk. So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? I feel like... I feel like there is. Because why would he... Yeah, okay, no. I thought way too hard about this. There is a contradiction. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. Oh, wait. What are you battling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ingard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Right, because of the... Is the knife again? No, I'm gonna lose... I lose health if I'm wrong on this one. I feel like that's it, because why would it... Who just, like, casually, like, brings a steak knife with them to go say hey? Also, if you go to your friend's house with the steak knife just to say hey, please don't visit. This knife, this was used by Mr. Ingard at dinner. Yes, we established that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. Then why would he bring the steak knife? If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. I hadn't thought about that. That hasn't really come up. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. Ooh, we gotcha. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order, I say, order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? We're gonna have to prove that. Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame Matt Ingard. I feel like that's not really... It's to frame my client, Mr. Ingard, of course. To frame? Aren't you focusing on interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness! Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mix up Mr. Ingard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was watching around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? And we'll just find out who that is in the next episode if we think we're running a little long, which is fine. Man, sorry that one part took me so long. That was... I don't know why I didn't think about wiping the fingerprints off. I feel like I would have figured that out a lot faster if my brain had gone there, but... It's too late now. I figured it out. Got there eventually. I hope you guys are still enjoying this. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.